A city world famous for leisure, but tonight in Orlando, it's all about business. A collision of playoff contenders, each with 3 national titles in the last 3 decades, each believing they can add to their trophy case this season. Welcome to ESPN College Football Primetime on ABC and the Camping World Kickoff from here in Orlando. SEC, ACC, the Fighting Tigers of LSU, and the Seminoles of Florida State, the Dr. Pepper Championship Drive game of the week. To boot it, Aaron Anderson, the speedster freshman from New Orleans, is deep for the Bayou Bengals. Play action on first down. Flipped out of the backfield, and the catch is made, and running free is Trey Bradford. Huge gain, still rolling down near the 20-yard line. Denbrock drew up a good one to start this.
Yeah, they can catch.
They're in the red zone. Daniels on the move, flips it short to Taylor, and the tight end makes a man miss and bangs down inside the 5-yard line.
Love this.
Fourth down from the 2-yard line. Daniels scanning, now trying to create. He'll be dropped back at the 15. The sack is made by D.J. Lundy. And the Noles make a
William steps up to account for it. He goes right over top of him and then gets up off the ground. Shows you the athletic ability and the desire to come up with that sack at a critical moment here early in this game. Great play by Lundy.
He's an amazing athlete. You'll see him at fullback. Toafili is the back. LSU just rushes 3 and drops a bunch of guys into coverage, and he squeezes the ball into Johnny Wilson. The guy with the big wingspan. He said it's second nature. He knows so much about this offense. Very calm back there. They pick up the pressure, and again, finds Wilson in space, and that's a second first down catch for the big fella. Ball moves to the 47. He blossomed into one of the SEC's most feared defenders. 3rd and 14. Play clock at 2. Travis flushed. Looking for help. Delivers underneath. It's Wilson again. And Wilson has now made 3 catches, all of them for first downs to the LSU 40.
At the first.
Travis has been dialed in on 3rd down tonight. There's a slant on first down. Catch made by Coleman. Deion Coleman, his first touchdown as a Seminole. Strike. What a sequence for FSU. The goal line stand, and they score in their first possession.
Yeah, Florida State fans, this is what you wanted to see. Keon Coleman, the big receiver from Michigan State, 6'4".
Daniels gets it off just before he's hit, and the catch is made there by Brian Thomas. You're going to have your eye on Daniels, so see if he hangs it in their pass rush package on 3rd and 7. Daniels against the 4-man rush, does have time, gets the ball out, and the catch is made. First down across midfield to Malik Neighbors. Guy who went on to have a monster year as a receiver, but this is kind of a redemption game for him.
Neighbors, you can see there on the 3rd down, that timing was perfect.
Josh Williams, he took a look at the back and then sprints up the middle, and Daniels knifes into the secondary. First down inside the 35. Bradford is the back. Daniels looks and finds a receiver on the edge, and that's Kyron Lacey. And Lacey weaves his way down near the goal line. Stops just short. Dynamic with the football.
Fighting, bring him down. That heel stays up.
Noles defense wasn't set. They play fast and score. Trey Bradford barrels in. And the Bayou Bengals answer with a 75-yard run.
The goal line, and then this time the offensive line opens up enough room to allow Trey Bradford into it.
Throw it to the sidelines. Aaron Anderson is a speedster, a very small guy to New Orleans. He's going to be keyed up playing LSU. The Louisville transfer. Daniels throws across the middle, and that's Brian Thomas, and he spins free. Not great tackling so far by the secondary of the Noles tonight, and now another flag comes out. 2 tight ends to the left. Instead, it's Daniels with a keeper, and they swarm him. Another fourth down stop by the Seminoles. Shaheed
doing a really good job having awareness. Tight end Taylor comes around, but nobody is there on the outside to be able to deal with that extra man. The safety had walked himself up. Shaheed Brown, 38 off the edge. See that? Nobody there. He had the option, if he had time, to throw it out into the flat.
So the drop is a drive killer, and Mastromano hits it high. And coming up to make a fair catch, another muff. A scramble for the football. The Florida State team has it. LSU thinking, oh no, not again. It's recovered by Azaria Thomas, but that time it was Anderson.
If LSU talked at all about, hey, last year the special teams issues, you talk about something to a point where it can become something.
Travis had to pump fake, throws it into traffic, and gives it right back to LSU. Poor decision, and Deuce Chestnut, the Syracuse transfer, made him pay.
He sees it, nobody there to pick it up. He wanted to get the ball out quickly, but I don't think he and the receiver are on the same page. He pumped fake, tried to buy time. By the time the receiver starts to look,
and he escapes. And Daniels right down the middle of the field, makes a man miss, and is finally dragged down at the 11.
Here being able to come up, help out, get up to that second level. He cuts right behind that. Really good natural feel there to get downhill.
Kane again, this time he dives into the end zone, and LSU takes the lead. Making use of that great field position, 50 yards in 4 quick plays.
Just collapse down, push it down, give him room to go up and over. The respect to Jaden Daniels there on the outside.
LSU backs out. Now late pressure off the edge. It's picked up, and a dart across the middle. And that time, big fella makes the catch, and Wilson dragging folks into LSU territory. That was a much-needed conversion for this. LSU rushing only 3, playing coverage. Travis has plenty of time and delivers a shot in the middle to Winston Wright Jr., the transfer from West Virginia. They didn't come after him. Playing quickly. 10th play of this drive. Maybe wearing down this LSU defense.
Showing pressure to the left.
Leaping throw for the end zone. Battle. Coleman. Touchdown. Went up and got the football over Major Burns, and that's where they're excited to have him arrive from East Lansing. What a play.
Well, I saw that blitz to the left. There's nobody there. There's 3 receivers, only 1 defender, but instead, I trust that Coleman's going to be able to make this play. Look at the offensive line. Does a nice job off that blitz, giving him just enough time, and then he puts it up into the air where Coleman can have a chance to adjust back, even though it's underthrown a bit. It's a tough play for a safety, one-on-one against a receiver, even though, again, Major Burns, a leader, second year in this defense. Heck of an effort there by Coleman.
You see the strength of Coleman. He's 215 pounds. Number 5 over there is on the right end.
They moved the back over there to help Chip, maybe. And they're going to run the ball.
And just give it to Williams. He's got some space. He gets out and barrels way into Florida State territory. He's knocked out with plenty of time to
Time he passed him off.
Neighbors comes across in motion. Daniels is looking to his left, delivers a long throw, and wide open is Brian Thomas. They lost him. No problem. LSU, in less than a minute before halftime, drives at 67 yards in 10 quick plays. Really what's made his reputation, but you got to do it all. Backward pass. Spahn looking to throw it. Is in deep trouble. Retreating. Now trying to create. Flips it over the middle. And the catch is made by Wilson. Wow. A lot happened there as Deuce Spahn, the receiver of this season, from 33. And he knocks it through. So Florida State moves it 60 yards.
But he's really dangerous when he starts to be able to make plays with his feet.
He has been tonight. He's got the ball still, gets in space, just wants right by Jared Verse. as athletic as he is, he could not get the quarterback. Daniels took a peek that way, and now delivers across the middle, in and out of the hands of Kyron Lacy. Drops it, plague both. Travis against the three-man rush at halftime and launches over the middle. Coleman goes up and makes a catch. A beautiful pitch and catch. He beat Chestnut out near midfield. Travis as a runner is always a serious threat. Are they trying to draw him off? They're going to run the play. Flips it out, and wide open is Toafili with a convoy. Makes the cut. Still going. Slung down at the one, but a huge fourth down conversion.
There's nobody there to pick him up. And now you see a good effort downfield and a heck of a block by Johnny Wilson.
And now playing fast. Just walking in the end zone is Jordan Travis. So Norvell trusts his offense. Beautiful play drawn up, and FSU back on top.
And there's Jordan Travis. Watch this read. Feels it from the backside, pulls that out of there, and ends up walking into the end zone. LSU selling out to try to get to Toafili before he can get the ball. Good job of Jordan Travis feeling and sensing that. Pulls the ball out of his arms.
Daniels on third down. They pick up the late pressure. Neighbors on the long throw. Makes the catch, comes back to the ball, and he'll step out at the 37.
How big ones.
They pick up the pressure. Daniels gets it out. Mason Taylor makes the catch. That penalty was big.
Called your entire team together to start this fourth quarter. What was the message you delivered?
You got 15 minutes, man. Go put everything we have on the line. We got to make sure we're playing smart. I mean, guys are playing hard, playing with passion. We just got to make sure we're playing smart and not having any.
25.
Yeah, Neighbors just falls down here, and a good job of stepping up in front of that. Told you that battle would be going on all night long. Green wins this one. Neighbors slips, loses his footing. Ball just a little bit late out into the flat. I don't know if it's going to be a completion either way, but Green sees it all the way and comes up with that big. We're in the fourth quarter now, up 7. These drives get more and more important.
Drive recap brought to you by Camping World. And now the handoff to Benson, who busts loose. They're beginning to get a little traction with the running game. That was their best run. Third down, 7 for 12. They need 8. Travis taken off, has blockers, and Jordan Travis skips out of bounds inside the 30. It's FSU's turn.
For the Tigers defense. They look tired.
Travis on the move again, scanning downfield and fires across the middle. And that's Johnny Wilson making another first down catch. First and goal. Travis from the pocket, long looping throw, and that man again. Keon Coleman has a hat trick in his first game with Florida State.
By Travis, recognizing the matchup. Coleman 6'4", can go up in the air, being a basketball player. Really good instincts. Chestnut, who's had his hands full over there, the Syracuse transfer, 5'11", puts it up in the air and just lets Coleman adjust back to the ball.
Again, the two-back set that's been so effective getting the ground game going here in the second half, and picking his way through is Benson and just powering for a 12-yard gain into LSU territory.
We talked at halftime.
Months in the making of Jordan Travis and Keon Coleman putting in the work to have the chemistry.
That's a good point, Holly. Here's Travis on the move, and he flips it wide open. Bell makes an impact play as a receiver, and Florida State may have just stuck the dagger in LSU.
What they end up doing with him here, you'll see as the play rolls on. Watch him, he's actually showing like he's blocking, and then he ends up releasing. That's what affected the safeties. They just ignored him because he did a good job of kind of showing that stem block. They ignore him, he releases, and just right on cue, Chris, he comes up with a huge play.
Bell comes from Valdosta.
Excited about, you saw the beginning of it last year and a continuation now this year.
Daniels just trying to desperately create a big play to make a dent in this lead. Neighbors makes the catch, and he's ushered out at the 37. Fourth down and 4. Daniels flips it across the middle. Catch made. No first down. Lacy Stopped by Tatum Bethune, and the Noles get yet another turnover on downs. And that, but with a 3-point halftime lead, just got completely out of hand. FSU more physical, just banging around, bullying LSU here in the second half.
How about Rod Mears? We haven't said Colorado on TV.
And in a good way.
No.
Travis weaving down. He's still running hard. Lowers the shoulder.
They want another one.
Down inside the 5 early in his career. He volunteered to change positions. And around, banging into the end zone. And they tack on more. That's Jaheim Bell, who scores as a runner after the touchdown catch earlier.
And it's been a different game from that point on. 100 yards rushing in the second half alone. There's 24 Alexander kind of getting in the way. And with this coach, and you got some older guys to remind people. Reminds me of some of the teams like Ed Reed with Miami. Like, when you've been through that, it keeps you focused, even though you're going to get a lot of attention. That's part of having a mature team that can help you.
It's a Seminole smackdown here in Orlando. They still have never lost in this city. 11 wins and 2 ties. Jaden Daniels was effective in the first half. They couldn't get anything going in the second half. The defense could not get a stop at all against Travis. Ends up being a 21-point game with the late LSU touchdown. Mutual respect for these two fine quarterbacks.